Today, you can comparison shop for just about anything. Too bad there's not an app to comparison shop about whether to pay for a union to represent you. What are the potential risks and benefits of a union? How do you know whether it's a good deal for you? Some compare unions to a charity organization like the Red Cross. When people need help, the organization shows up to try to make things better. But unions aren't really like a charity. They're big businesses with many layers of management. The average charity organization spends about 86% of its money on direct support to the programs for people it's trying to help, keeping its overhead as low as possible. The average union, on the other hand, spends most of its money on union leaders' salaries, benefits, conventions, buildings, politics, and other overhead expenses. As a member of a union, where would your money go? Since so few employees are in unions today, there's a lot of confusion about what exactly a union can and cannot do. If a union is chosen by a majority of employees, the union becomes the exclusive representative for the purpose of negotiating the wages, benefits, and working conditions for that entire group of employees. While you can still present issues to the company on your own, the union has a right to be present, even if you don't know or trust them. And any adjustments cannot violate a union contract. Selecting a union doesn't even mean there is a contract. All the union can do is negotiate with the company over wages, hours, and working conditions. In turn, the parties must bargain in good faith, but the company is not legally required to agree to any proposals it doesn't believe are in the best interest of the business. Negotiating a union contract can take a long time, on average, over a year. Many times a contract is never reached at all. And with negotiations, there are no guarantees what the outcome may be. You might end up with more pay and benefits than you have now. You could end up with the same as you have now, or even less than you have now. But you would still have to pay dues to the union if you are a member. What gets negotiated in a contract? Wages, hours, and working conditions are the only things that companies and unions are required to bargain over. Many people believe that unions negotiate on issues like running the operation, social justice, diversity and inclusion, or environmental concerns. But unless there's a direct connection to wages, hours, and working conditions, subjects like these are permissive, and neither the company nor the union are required to bargain over them. In most cases, these types of concerns can be more effectively addressed without a union's involvement. Like any good shopper, you probably want to know how much a union costs and how you can expect to be treated as a customer or union member. The Constitution of the International Union, which is like the parent company for the local union wanting to represent you, is full of rules, fines, and fees that protect the international union. There's usually another set of rules called bylaws that are set up to protect the local union. The Constitution and bylaws usually describe the dues, fees, and assessments you might be required to pay. You may want to check those rules out carefully because they can impact you, your work, and your money. And if you break any of the rules in these documents, you could be punished by the union. What if having a union just doesn't work out? Unfortunately, there is no try it before you buy it with a union. The legal rules make it hard to remove the union once it is voted in, and by law, the company cannot help you try to get rid of a union you don't like. Do you think any of this contributes to a more pleasant work environment? Does what a union offers seem like a good value? Will the dues money they want to deduct from your paycheck be a good deal? As a smart shopper, these are good questions to ask.